Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome to another video, and usual stuff, another gameplay. I thought I'd do some PlayStation and try and get over myself a little bit. It was black armband time on my last video, and I thought I'd change myself up with some old school. I've been rattling through the game a little bit, so I suppose the first thing is just have a quick look in the weapons room. Just make sure that's all okay. I'm trying to get it level. Because I don't know if you've noticed in some of my other videos, they're always a bit sort of squiffy. I've managed to get it okay, but I managed to get it okay on the last few videos, but I'm always self-conscious now about them. So yeah, no, stuff the weapon room. Let's go straight onto it. So let's have a go with Nunchucks guy Lee Long and see how we get on. So when I had my PlayStation, I'm using the PlayStation that I had since I was a teenager, and I'm really grateful for that because it's a bit nostalgic. It's nice. It's good. It still works, which is great. So at the moment, I'm just playing through the Edge Master mode and just having a quick go on the arcade mode now. It's amazing to me how much of this I don't remember. There's loads of little extras, bits and pieces to it that I wasn't fully aware of. The bit where you go with Mitsurugi towards the end, where you have to fight that kind of like guy, like a rifleman, just stuff like that. What I've noticed about this game is that technically, like from a gameplay perspective, there's little bits and pieces to it that are immediately obvious, and that's what I like about it. And that's why I think this game can still exist today. And I'd be interested to see if Namco didn't revisit this in some way, maybe like some kind of reboot or something. Because I'd like to see this like reimagined, because there's lots of little bits to it that I think make for a great game, and I don't think they've been expanded upon in the other games. Soul Calibur is really, although it's a fighting game, although it's still in the lineage of Soul Edge or whatever, it's totally, the mechanic from gameplay mechanics is kind of totally different. The Edge Master-esque mode in Soul Calibur is totally different. Just playing through the Edge Master mode on this, although in some ways it's technically simpler, it's also a little bit more interesting because it's more like an adventure with the book and the map, the way the map works and everything else. The other game has little bits and pieces that obviously make it better in some ways, obviously, but I can always come back to this, and it's hard to explain in a sensible manner, but if you've ever played Soul Edge, you'll know that it's a pretty unique experience in terms of the Edge Master mode and the other bits and pieces, and the weapons-based fighting and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. And when you play it against Soul Calibur and stuff, there's obvious, they can both, in my opinion, they can both exist. And you can play them both, you know, not so much with Tekken and Tekken 2 and Tekken 3. With this game, it's got enough individualities about it to give it merit. So what I figured I'd do is I'd just go through the game, see how far I can get on one continue. I mean, basically, guys, it is kind of easy and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna be that chuffed if I get very far, but yeah, I get a real kick out playing this game. not as Soul Calibur is a great game. I'm not going to take anything away from it. I'm not even going to attempt to, because it is a great game and I got a lot of it when I did play it on the Dreamcast. However, it has to be said that this game, in a lot of ways, its differences are what are appealing to me, and the unique aspects to it. See, what I'm conscious of now is spoilers and stuff, because I did basically give away a bit of a spoiler. If you've never played this game before, it's a bit of a big spoiler, isn't it? So now I'm really self-conscious on spoilers. But yeah, I mean, if you've ever played any kind of Namco fighting game, you know where you stand with this. However, this game, I'd like to see it reimagined. I'd like to see him pretty much keep. I'd like to see maybe Soul Calibur 2 graphic engine with all this gameplay. That'd be really good. Nice little iPhone port, something like that maybe. Who knows? Something to think about anyway, Namco. Or Bandai Namco as they're now called. Oh, come on, get a grip! So yeah, I mean, in terms of characters, Li Long is insanely easy to use. Insanely easy to use. You can basically fly through the game with Li Long. He's on the deck. See, like on Soul, see, my brain still thinks a little bit Soul Calibur. I keep forgetting. There he's gone. So, what I'd like to think, guys, is what I'd like to ask really is how do you feel about this game? Do you think that this game can still exist in today's climate? Because a lot of people that I speak to say that this game's great to a certain degree, but it's been totally outclassed by everything else. Well, yeah, obviously, but I think that if they came back to this and just made it a little bit brighter, a little bit nicer, you know, all the rest of it, then, you know, there could be another classic on our hands, you know, in terms of like something maybe for the iPhone. Bloody hell. I nearly had a weapon. Right, let's get him in a throw. I'm going to get him in a good old-fashioned throw type situation. See, when I was growing up and stuff like that, see, I was real torn because all my mates, all my crew would be playing Tekken, Soul Edge, and I was a bit late to the party. No, I'm dead. I was a bit late to the party. Basically, I got into this like maybe about a year and a half after it sort of came out and had it, you know, and was all spoken about and stuff. So I kind of missed the party a little bit. But having said all of that, see, I was going down the Virtual Fighter road. See, I was really into Sega. I was massively into the Saturn, and I have to admit, Sega made some really tough decisions. They made some really silly decisions that kind of really put me off about the whole affair, to be honest. And it's just great to be able to say, you know, it's just great to be able to say that I played this game when it originally came out, and to be a part of like what everyone was talking about at the time. It's just a shame that they couldn't, you know, that Sega could have done something of a similar base nature. I mean, Last Bronx, which is, I suppose, the nearest equivalent to this game, it's good, but it's missing certain things that this game has. So it's a shame. I hate saying that because I'm a big Sega fan, but you know, Namco really hit the nail on the head with this game, and it's fantastic. So there you go. But I'm going to leave it there, guys, because I'm dribbling on, and I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be playing some PlayStation games, so I figured I'd share them with you. So, all the best, guys. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. I'm thinking about more chats, but I'm not really bothered at the moment. I'm just really enjoying games. to be honest with you, and I don't really want to bore everyone with the random crap that's going on. But I still have to admit, I'm still devastated about the old TurboGrafx thing. I'm almost certain, just looking at the situation, I'm almost certain that I've damaged something irreparably in it. It's going to take something pretty. I'm going to need to get what these game bits that are on that people were talking about on my rant video. But yeah, just to cheer myself up a bit, I'm just going to relive the past a little bit. I know that's poor, you know. We shouldn't relive the past too much, should we, guys? But at the end of the day, I just think that, you know, it's nice to have a think about what's going on, you know, on my PlayStation. Because I haven't really played on the PlayStation that much. I mean, if you look at my videos historically, I haven't done that many good videos on PlayStation. And so I'm going to start doing some things. Alright guys, have a good one, and see you on the next.